Good morning and welcome to our EVOKO webinar. I'm Hina Blochum and I'm a product manager at Exertis. Today, Markus Bodin, sales manager at Evoko, will show you insights about the EVOKO Liso and the difference to the EVOKO Liso. If you have any questions during the webinar, please feel free to ask them in the chat box. At the end of the webinar, we will answer all your questions. I hope you enjoyed the webinar, and now I'll take over to Markus.
Hello everybody, good morning and welcome. So, Markus Bodin, I'm working for SMS and Evoko, and I've been working since 2012. Today we will get deep into the new EVOKO Liso, so I hope you will enjoy that. So let's start to go through the presentation. Can everybody see this, or Hannah? It looks good, so we can start.
Yes, we can start. We can see you and the presentation.
Very good. And then I stop sharing my webcams for the bandwidth, correct?
Yes.
So nice meeting you. That's how we always start with Evoko. So, like you know, EVOKO Liso is not our first room bookers. We have been doing this business in 2009 with our first generation. And the room booking was something really new when this was coming 2009. It was more about convincing the customers to let go with the post-it notes on the door to the meeting room. And yeah, all these things with paper calendars and to have the full synchronization. Now, today with EVOKO Liso, I would say room booking and beyond. And it's really about to taking more than just a meeting room. It's more about to help the customer to sort out the complete building. So the get to work feeling, you can say. The room booking and beyond is, you can see it. I know many of you have been selling the EVOKO Liso, and I will just say that EVOKO Liso will stay, and it will be a really important part of the EVOKO family, because as you know, EVOKO Liso is an on-prem solution for a company that has their own server. When it comes to EVOKO Liso, it's a cloud solution for Office 365. So meaning it's connected to the Azure cloud. So when you are on Office 365, you will just need your normal login for Office 365 to use the EVOKO Liso environment. With the EVOKO Liso, you have the panel, so that you see on the right. That is the EVOKO Liso. That's a one-time cost for that. And you will need to connect this, you will need to have room hosting. And that's a license that you will need for each room. So let's say that you have a large room with 2 doors and 2 displays. It's still just one license for that. And then you can add on different package on top, or as there are standalone. And that's the rose, pepper, and guava. So I would like to try to get you around and through these different services that we have. So we start with the EVOKO Liso and all the function where you have in a base function. So what you need is the Liso panel and the room hosting to get this one. Then you will have the room status clear visible like you are used to with the EVOKO products. You will have the 3 status colors to guide you, so green, amber, and red. You can book instant meetings directly on the display. You can book future meetings, and you can end or extend the ongoing meetings. You can see and edit future meetings, and you will have automatic cancellation for no-shows if you don't check in them. You can report broken equipment directly on the screen, and it will be intelligent adapted for the usabilities. The Scandinavian designs is still the same. We have now this on the Liso, we have a little bit more sharp design Otherwise, size-wise, it's the same. It still fits perfectly on the side of the door, the entrance to the conference room, or on the window. Everything is remote management. It's easy installation setup in 3 steps, and it's analytics and insight, so you can see how the room are used. You will have over 20 device language for the device, and you can also switch the language directly on the display. So let's say that you have English or German like the standard language, and you would like to change this for Polish. Then you can just press this icon, and it will switch over to Polish, and then it will go back later on again. So it's really handy. Office 365 integration, you have the 5-way cabling, so meaning that you can come with your internet cable from top, bottom, left, right, or from the rear. It's Ethernet or Wi-Fi. We do recommend PoE instead of power supply. The power supply is from the NASA, it's an option, so that is you need to buy. So it's available in the demo kit, free of charge. It's an energy saving mode, and you will have a standard and glass wall mounting in the box. So exactly as the Liso. It's globally certified and 24 months warranty. And this warranty is, you can purchase extra warranty up to maximum 5 years. So this is the base kit. So if you just need the entry mode of the room booking, then you need 1 panel, and you will need the room hosting per room. If you will go a little bit further and add numbers, be possible to do a little bit more, then you can take some of the room in your building. You don't need to take everybody. You can take one, you can take 1 floor, you can take one of the buildings that you have. So you can just pick out the room that you would like to have this extra service on. Then you will need first the display, the room hosting, and then you will put the rows on top. Then you will get the user ID and PIN with RFID. So you will have all the bookings added to your personal calendar. And that's because then the system knows who you are when you do the check-in. You can have an automatic check-in with Bluetooth. It's over BLE. And you can also search and book other rooms from whatever display that has the rows, the room that has a rows system. You will also get extended analytics and insight because you know who is in the room and all this data. When it's coming to the meeting and event management, you can set up like a menu. You can have concierge services that get the orderings, and you can set up a order for catering. You can have different layouts. So let's say that you can have a possibility of book like a U table or for a training session or group sessions. And then you can also put in buffer time for this, so you have time to set up your rooms in this different function that you would like to have. There is also push notification and alert to your app. And room finding. Then for all rooms, you can download your own, photo, to show the maps and the drawing for this building and mark out the room. I will show you all this kind of feature, how it looks when you use them later on. And it's also, so the static maps is that you can handle by yourself. And then we have the service that is interactive maps, or it's active maps, where you send the drawings to us and we will make the drawing for a building. Limitation for that service is 5 floors for each license. So I think the most of the product will fit into that. And you also have the room finder and filter, where you can filter out what kind of rooms, how many people, and kind of equipment to find all these things. And with the system, you will get the Outlook add-in, so you can add on these catering services and do the room bookings I will show how that works later on also. And we will also have the smartphone app, the Liso app that you have for Apple, so the iOS or Android. We also work with sensor integration, so that will help you to have auto check-in and get more data of the use. And here we're working with BlueCat and COMM-TEC, but we're also looking for more possibilities here. And we have video conference automation with Poly today. So that's the rows. And now we go over to the Pepper. So the Pepper is the personal place resources. That means, I would say, yeah, desk booking, I would say, is probably the most hottest thing today. It could also be like parking, or, I mean, where you really would like to make a reservation for some personal thing. So this is sold per place that we can reserve. So in general, you can say if it's a desk, then that we are presenting here, it's per desk you buying the license. And Pepper can be sold totally standalone. You don't need to have the room. Maybe your customer already have EVOKO Liso and they just bought them. Then it would be kind of weird to try to sell them a totally new system. But they can add on, let's say, the Pepper system as a standalone system. They will have the Liso admin to work with the Pepper, but EVOKO Home for the Liso. But it's full possibility with it. So the desk management, it will be the possibility to pre-book the desks. You can have instant desk booking, and you check in and check out through the app when you're coming to this. You can also have automatic check-in with the sensors, and again, it's the BlueCat and COMM-TEC that we're working with. And we also have right now in a beta test with the docking station. So when you click in the computer, it's like a check-in. So it feels like someone is there. Also, as I mentioned, cancellation for no-show, of course, it's very important to optimize the use of the desk. We can put in 4 different desk categories. We can also have location preference, so we can divide the office in different areas. So if we like to have marketing, sales, customer care, or yeah, it's up to you and your customer how to define it. Here we also have the push notification and alerts to the app when it's time to check in for your desk. And you will also have desk analytics and insight. So you can see who has been on what place and how the use of the table is the most popular and the one that is not so much used. We also have a possibility of desk and people finding. So again, static maps, same thing. You can create it by yourself, or the end user have the possibility to put up the drawings and the photos on the office, or the interactive maps that we are getting the drawings and do the complete system for you. And I would say the interactive maps, if you have both Rose and Pepper, all this will be linked together. So it's really handy and will help you. We have a people locator based on the desk and room check-in. So it's the last place where you were checked in, just to not interfere with the GDPR. So we cannot have an active thing for that. And then again, we have the Outlook add-in, the smartphone app, and the sensor integration. And you can say when you have more services, you will have more options in your Outlook add-in and smartphone app, but it's the same application. So Pepper is then can be sold separately, and it's sold per bookable device. So in this case, per desk. And the license time for all our licenses now is yearly. The last part is Guava. That's our guest and visitor administration. Same thing here. It can be sold separately, no need for connected to the other things. So, but again, if you have customer that just bought Liso and is really happy, but now when you should return to the office, they will need to have a guest and visitor administration and desk booking. So then you can go with the Pepper and Guava or just the Guava. So it's really with the Liso, that was a one-time cost, and you got everything. You couldn't pick and choice. But here you are in more like an a la carte restaurant. You just take what you like. The Guava is it's an iPad app, so it's iOS, only for iOS as it is right now. Here you can do so, and it's sold per building. So it doesn't matter if you have like 10 check-in desks in one building, it's just one license. You can do the customized branding, so meaning that you can have your company colors and all these things. You will have automated visitors for pre-registration. So when you make your booking of the meeting, you can send out a pre-registration code to your visitor. You also have a AI possibility. You can say all this function, you can put it on or off if you don't like to have it. And you also have a photo capture, so and also for the badge printing. So this means when you are make a booking for your guest, you're sending out the pre-registration. When your guest comes to the building, use the pre-registration code in the reception, and on this code you will have the address and the host and everything. When you checked in, you have email go to the host, and if it's a photo on there, you will see the person who is waiting for you, so it's easy to find. You can also have security and compliance possibilities here, so you can have digital agreements, NDAs, or just we'll say in COVID time that keep the distance, that you have to ensure that you are vaccinated or that you have taken your PCR test, or what kind of rules you would like to apply to your workspace. And of course, you can have track of your previous visitors and also everybody that's in the building right now. You can also use employee check-in and check-out, and then you also have visitor categories, and with more information, you get all the data, and you can see the trends that you have in the building for all this. Badge printing is through AirPrint, but we will also look, I will show you how this function is working for reality. So this is the, we'll say, the package in the Liso and the room booking and beyond. Maybe you understand a little bit more now why we call it room booking and beyond, because now we are trying to take the complete workspace solution here. Everything from the guest and the visitor administration to the desk booking and the panels. So it's really an interesting step for Evoko. And like you know, there is a lot of questions. How can we return to the work after the summer when the offices open up? I mean, with Pepper, you can block desk from being booked to keep a safe distance. So maybe you would like to close down every second table. You can track the numbers of meetings that you have, and that the room is not too crowded. You can have contact tracing report. So let's say that I get sick, and it's very easy for just go into the Evoko Liso admin tool and write in Marcus Bodin, and you can see where I've been in the building, what room and what desk have I been, and who has been in my near, who has been left and right on my desk, and who has been in the same meetings like me. So it's really easy and a lot of usable things to have in these times that we are now, because it will be a new normal when we're coming back. So I hope we can help you to sort out some of these questions for you and your customers. So the mobile and tablets app we have, it's we talked about the Liso mobile that covers the room booking, the desks, so Pepper, and also with the GAVA for the visitor check-in station. And then the NASO setup, that's used during the installation to set up the NASO device. It's just when you should get all the data into the panels. So that is something that the users now will use. It's for the setup in the installation phase. If we put this aside on the EVOKO Liso, I will zoom this in so you don't try to read all these things. I will just show how I've done it. So we have the Liso with all the functionalities and with all the booking system support that we have. And then we have the NASO that is including the EVOKO, the room hosting package. So this is, we'll say, the entry package. And then you have the service on rows, and we have the Pepper and the GAVA. But Hanna will make sure so you get all this data after the meetings and the presentations also, so you can pass it on. But it's just set up, and we can see when it's the gray one, there is something that we're working. It's in the roadmap. So we will have API integration for rows and Pepper, for example. We will have an overview screen for rows. And we will come with Exchange 2019-16 and also Google Workspace, even if it's not crossed in here. But that's things that is in the roadmap today. So, like we said, 8-inch, it's 1024 × 768. It's powered network via Ethernet, PoE 13 watts, and you have the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth with the BLE. And to set up the system, you will have the Microsoft 365 environment. You will have the NASO device if you should have the room booking systems. And you will have the network connection, wired or Wi-Fi. You will need to have the license code that you get when you order it from Exertis, and you will need to have a modern iOS and Android device to claim the devices. There will be 3 simple steps to do these things. I will not go through this now, but I think if there is a big interest for this, we can set up another session and we invite then our support team. And I can just mention a little bit about our support team. So all the support is our own hired guys, and we are located in Sweden, where I'm also located. I think I forgot to tell you that, but I'm in Stockholm. And we also have in US a team there, so we have some more working hours in the day. And we also have Middle East, and they don't work Fridays, they work Saturdays. So that means we have support for 6 days in a week with a good split for the waking hours for Europe. So it's really good. But when it comes to the registration, I mean, it starts to connect the Evoko NASO ecosystem. In this case, the persons that need to do this need to have the admin rights for the Office 365. And then you state your creation. So you put up your buildings, if it should be Stockholm, Berlin, Stuttgart, Warsaw, so the different location that you would like to have. And then you will claim the device. You will go from screen to screen and claim it with a setup. And it will download all the data that you have made a setup for. And then it's ready to use and rock and roll. So I will go in so you can see a little bit how the screen is working and the display in itself for the user. And we have, so when the screen is available, you have the meeting room in top here, the status, you will have the time, and you can also then book. We have a proximity sensor up here, so you have a passive mode and active mode. In this case, this is the passive mode. You have the time. It's on the timeline here, 10:03. We can see these different blocks is meeting blocks. This one is scrollable. And then when we start to work with the screen or go in front of it, it will change to the active. Then the meeting room's name will get a little bit smaller. We will have all the equipment. If you remember, you could change language. It's under this button. It's a new symbol for language, but anyhow, so it's very easy. You don't need to go under to some more menus. It's directly on the top. And you can also see if you have a rows, you can actually book other room or look for other room directly on the display. If you don't have rows, you will not have these possibilities. Then time is still here. You get the meetings. If you're allowed to show the subject, it will be shown here. You can also go to the other days and you can scroll directly into this, or just press in here if you would like to book. When it's 10 minutes to a new meeting, it will change to amber. So this is the passive mode, and you also have the check-in button there. And then when you get close to it, it's same things. You will have your subject, who's made this reservation, how many guests, the meeting time. You can check in, you can edit, or you can book. And if you have rows, you can look for other room. If it's busy, then in passive mode, same thing, it's red, and you can end the meeting. If you go close to it, it will then show again who has made the booking, who's in the room, and the guests. And you can extend it, or you can end it, or you can book. And if you have rows, you can search for another room. To book directly on screen, it's available, and you press the book, and you will get up this as a new booking, and it take from now, so it's 10:03, so it will be then 57 minutes the next meeting that you have the possibility of make the reservation for. If you like that, you press confirm. If not, you press directly into this field here, and you can get the 1 hour, or you just go for the start time. You can also toggle there. So 1 hour, and then if you go into another meeting, it will be gray, so it's not possible to make a double reservation. So, but we like this best, so we push confirm, and hooray, meeting is booked. You will get the confirmations. So that is what you can do just to make the booking directly from the screen. And then, of course, if you have RFID and PIN codes, you can add all of these things also on the services. But then you need the rows. Let's use the Evoko Liso Outlook add-in and see how that works. So in this case, you will have the icon up here, and you will have the add-in here. So if you have more than one account, you will need to log into your account. And you have to open up new meetings. Like we said, if you just have some parts of it, it will just show that. In this case, we have find available room, workspace, so that book a desk, catering events, register a visitor, and find a colleague. So in this case, we have Rose and Pepper. And if you like, you can go directly just to book next. We start in the Stockholm, because that's my home building that I'm starting with, but I can also toggle through the different location. So if we had Berlin, Stuttgart, Warsaw, it's just to go in here. Level, that could be floor, or how you put the name in. And then you can fill in how many per room, what type of room, will it be external guest, do you require catering. You don't need to do this thing, you can just go next directly, but it's a possibility to do that if you like. Then when you get up what's available for your booking here, you will see when it's dark like this, there is not the map view. If it's like this, it's a map view. So we press the challenge room or this room here, and with the map view, and we will get up this one. This is a static map. This is something that we have created by ourselves. So as a customer and end user, this is what you can do without buying any extra services. So you can place this, we'll say floor plan, and just highlight the room that this is. So it's a nice way of doing it. And if it's not too many rooms, if it's a lot of room and a lot of desks, then it might be easier to buy the services, because this is needed to be done on each places and highlight the locations. And also in this case, we could actually put in another photo of the real look of the room, so you know if it's strictly or if it's more cozy or a relaxed place. So if we would like to add this to booking, it's just like this, and we send it out like a normal booking. And to work with a mobile app, the Naso mobile app is available in the Play Store and the Apple Store, so you can just download it, and there is no cost for the apps. It's included in the package. So when we start that, this is the layout of it when you open it in your iOS phone, and you will have the start. You will have your overview side with your home, where you have your booking possibilities. If you press the menu button up here, you will get all the data. You can say you can do the most of the things from here except catering. Catering is always done through the Outlook plugin. So you start searching for a room. It's the time, the day, how many you would like to need to have. It's not so many pages, it's just that it's scrollable, so it's going further. So here's the time. You have the normal smartphone scrolls. You will have the ending time, the name. If it's a Teams meeting, you just take that and you get the Teams link automatically in there. Would you like to repeat this? Should it be every week, every month, every day? You just put this one in, and you go further here. And then, of course, the location. Always start with your home location, and then you put here is Stockholm, and then all levels in this building, so you can see what's possible. And if you need some special equipments, you don't need to put in anything, then you will get up all the rooms, and then search, and you will get out the room. If you would like to look for a room, and if it's a map, you can push view room on map, and you will get up the same picture that you had before, so you can see if it's suitable for your use. And then when it's done and you press the booking, you will get a confirmation. It will line up with your other bookings that you have in the system, so you will have a nice overview of all your bookings. So if you use the app for Book a Desk, it's about the same, but anyhow, we discuss some of the things. So you have your start page, you press Book a Desk, you will go through and do the time. Here is coming quite often a lot of questions, okay, but how can I make our employee not to book the best desk in 3 weeks here? This is a lot of, let's say, rules that you can do in the Office 365, that you cannot make reservation outside this time and things. So in that case, it would be quite smart of limited it to just day-wise, and then how many days before you can book it. So you put the time, the dates, and all these things. And then we talked about that you had 4 different presets. So you can have adjustable desk, you can have a quiet zone, a monitor, a standing desk, where you put in all these workplaces in the desks, so you can actually filter it on this. We will from there also we get the list with all the desks on the building, in the floor, or in the group that we search for. We can view desk on map, and same thing here. we get up the photo and we can see the location of the screen. And if you like it, you press book and it will line up with your other bookings. If you would like to look for a colleague, same thing, it's the app. You search for a colleague. In this case, you can have your profile photo. Here's Max. So we search for Max and view a map, and we can see Max is kind of close what we just reserved. So if we like Max, we stay. If we don't like Max, we take another place. So that was everything for what's the Outlook add-in and the app for itself. So it's really handy, easy to use, and again, it's then included in the rose and pepper. Get these ones, and then we have the guava. So guava is what you see now to the right. It's the layout of your iPad when you have it. So the check-in desk. So in this case, we brand it in Evoko colors. So this name could be, I would say, your company name with your color. Also with all the buttons could be with your colors. So and then to do an invite, we're going back to the app again. So we do the invite from the app. You can also do it from the Outlook add-in, but in this case, we're showing the NASA mobile. So we're going in here. We're going down to invite a guest. We have the location and time: Stockholm, floor Europe. We will have the date, the start time. We make the reservation for the full day. We put in the names and address. And we register this one. This is what's email going to our guest. So it will be a pre-registered code with a host. It's Oliver, and we have the meeting date, the time, and now we put full time, so it should be all day here. But location details, the address, and everything that's needed. So this is meaning when our guest is coming to our building, coming up to the check-in desk and see this one: visitor, delivery, pre-register, employee, and the sign out button. It's just pushing the pre-register, putting in the code, checking all the data. And I would say it's possible to add the camera between these steps, and also the AI function. So when you put in your code, you're taking your photo, you fill in or you're just checking the data. So Oliver have made all correct here when you filled in your data. And then as the last thing, if you like, you can have this the local rules, the NDA, so what kind of signing, digital signing, you would like to have for your guests before they're entering your building. It could just be that make sure that you're not under feeling bad or have a fever or something like that. And then the email is going to the host. And if you then have used the camera, in this message that comes to the host, it also will be a photo. And when it's time for checking out, if you use the camera, it's just to push sign out, and it will take your face, and you don't need to do anything more, and you will be checked out. When it comes to support, we have put quite a lot of let's say data on our acknowledgement base. So support.evoko.se. There is a lot of articles there, and the support, every time they find something new, they try to put up these articles here. So use it, because it's a lot of good data there, and it's like introduction on how to register, and it's really step by step. And you can also do free search here, and so it's really good. Even if you don't find what you need here, you can have this submit the request. So then you will have a ticket number to our support, and they will come back as soon as they can. Normally within 24 hours. We also have in the same place we have the EVOKO Liso security white paper. This is just one part of it, but it really explains cloud and the storaging, because there is quite a lot of questions of these things. So this could be a good thing after your first pitch to the customer, that you're taking this the white paper and send that to the CTO or the IT manager, so they can just be sure that this is possible to work with. But I mean, the cloud service is not new. We are in Microsoft Azure cloud services, and so everything is there. So that should be really good. So that was about the first look for the presentation of the system. I can just show you how it looks in the real environment, in our demo setup. Let's see. So here we have our environment then. So here we have the locations. So we have New York, we have the Stockholm office, we have the Middle East, and we have the US office. So in this case, you can see, okay, here it's 2 floors, it's 1 desk, 1 space. In Stockholm, we have the Guava. We don't have that in the others. So it's just meaning that we have 1 license for Guava, and that's also us here. It's total 1. And we have the different sections. So the Liso device manager, where we can put different settings. So it's a little bit different than what we had in the EVOKO Home and Liso. Here you can have different profiles that we just say this building or this room should have this profile with this language and the rules and things like that. The locations are what you're seeing. We have the visitor management, the conference catering, and the configuration, how you do, and also all the insights. So we can see, so if we would like to invite, no, sorry, that was this one should I go to? Here's the room settings. So when you have rows, for example, we can have set up time and pull down time. We can do like menus, what we would like to do here. If you should have a train, yeah, some different meetings. Same thing for caterings. You can just put down your menus that you would like to offer here, and different event types, policies. You can download your policies there, and you can put up your concierge teams also. And then, I mean, all the visitor management. You can see how everything is used. Different contact as visitor, deliveries. It's totally up to how you would like to configure it. So it's a really nice system. So let's see. I stop sharing and I put on my webcam again. So I really like to dig into this system. We have set up demo possibilities. So meaning that you have demo pricing from Exertis for the panels, and then you can have a demo kit from us, and that include 5 room hosting license. It's 5 rows, 10 pepper and 1 guava and 1 demo locations active map. So it's actually mean that you can show the complete system for if you have Office 365. That is probably what say you really need to set it up in Office 365 environment to have the possibility to show it. There is a demo mode on the Liso device, but it's more about just showing how the touch feeling is and what you can do on the device. And like you understand after this presentation, there is so much more than just what the device can do. It's so much more that you can do and tweak and really put up the settings to do everything. So yeah, Hanna, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Thanks for
It's a
your
long talk.
presentation. That was great. We have two questions. Maybe you can answer them. So one question is the pepper license also available without the NASO?
Yes, yes. So that's the thing, that I mean, it's really that you can pick what you like to have, because I mean we are selling a lot of EVOKO Liso for people, and I mean if they need pepper, okay, what they need right now is Office 365, then they can use it. So, and you don't need a room booking, even if they have some. I heard that there is other brands on the market. I have never seen anyone, but for room bookers. But if they have something else, they can. I mean, stay with that, and we get them into the Evoko world with the NASO and Guava. And when it's time for them to change for the next time for the room booking, we can sell them our solution there also. So just try to get them in to the Evoko world, and we will help them and support them. So I think it's really good way that you can really take what you want.
Okay, nice. One more question. Is there a Teams integration, and if yes, how does it look?
Yeah, it's, like I said, when on the app, when it was this meeting, you just say it's a Teams meeting, and you will get the Teams link into the invite or the reservation. So when you make a booking of a room, you can just say that you also would like to have this as a Teams meeting, so you will get the link.
Okay, perfect. So I see no questions left. Then I will thank you for the presentation and thank you for joining the webinar. Just one more thing, you also have the possibility to get a demo device from us, maybe for 2 weeks, and then you can send it back if you need that. Yes, just contact your sales rep in Eastern Europe, or you can also contact me or my colleague. Then we will send you the demo device. If you have also any questions afterwards, you can just send us an email or just yeah, give us a call.
I just add to this, because it's into the Office 365 environment. You just have the demo of the device. It's nice to have the feeling. Or is you're connected to some let's say environment, Office 365 environment, when they're getting the demo?
We have a test environment, but we also have the possibility to get a test license, and then the customer can set it up with his infrastructure.
Yeah. Yes. That's good. And we will also, I will put into this package that I send to you later, Hannah. There is some more, we'll say, selling presentation. So not like this with so many pages. It's more like 15 pages that with fancy photos and where it shows the app and these things, that it's maybe a little bit easier to have as a start with. And I mean, if there is any large possibilities, always reach out to us. We're always happy to be on the side, and I mean we can help you to do a presentation if there's some big case. So
yes,
just go and get it.
Okay, then Marcus, thank you for the webinar and the presentation. It was really informative. Also, thank you for your participation. And yes, if you have any questions left, just reach out. And yes, have a great day. And I hope we will see you soon.
Thank you. Bye.